Hi Brent, Relevant Cycles, a growing bike shop in Redmond, Washington, and a premier BMC online dealer. We're big fans over here and have loved following your career. Thanks for taking the time to answer some questions for our website, and good luck this season. First question is, you've been riding with BMC since 2008, representing the team in 8 Grand Tours, even helping Cadel Evans win his first title at the 2011 Tour de France. After going pro in 2005, and with nearly 10 years at BMC under your belt, what advice do you have to give yourself 10 years ago?
Ooh, good history. I think if I could tell myself anything, it would be to keep it fun, find some way to keep enjoying it, to not, even though there's a higher level of accountability, a high level of professionalism, to not forget why I really do it. And I challenge myself to keep reminding myself why I do it. And that can change every year, every week. But really, at the end of the day, remembering what those reasons are for why you're racing or riding your bike, and then holding yourself to them and making sure you still find a way to fit those in.
And what are you looking forward to this upcoming season?
Well, here in California, and I've been looking forward to this race. Kind of a homecoming race as an American, and had some good success here last year. And yeah, always motivated to come back to the U.S. We spend sometimes too much of the year in Europe and weird foreign places with not familiar faces. So always look forward to the American races.
Off the questions, do you have a lot of family or friends coming out this
I think
year?
my parents are coming to the last couple stages.
Yep.
My dad and stepmom.
That's fun. Has that added motivation when you have your parents and family?
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's a rare opportunity just to see them. So it's nice to feel loved and friendly.
Warm and fuzzies.
Yeah.
And how has your role as a domestique evolved through the years?
Yeah. So when I came to this team, the team was at a lower level, and I had the chance for some results. Could even be a team leader in the early years, 2008, 2009 at times, and then the team, really got a big injection of talent and experience with Cadel, George, Pashoff, Galan, Gilbert, the world's cycling's best name. So then I really had to shift focus and become a worker and learn how to do that. And fortunately, I had the chance to learn from some of the best. I think guys like Cadel and George especially were some of the best teachers I could imagine for teaching me how to do the job and be a teammate. And it's a role that I've relished and enjoyed and been proud to fulfill. And then I think, even past that, the past few years, it's been nice to remind myself I'm capable of more. I can be a team worker, and that other time still step up and lead myself.
And so part 2, your path to professional cycling is pretty unique. You started later than most, coming up through the Michigan mountain bike scene, chipped away, stayed humble, and worked hard to make the switch from the dirt to the road. Why did you make this switch initially, and what drove you to the road?
Yeah, growing up, I started mountain biking, and I love mountain biking, and I still do. It's like a huge passion, and it's something I don't get to do enough of, but I try to do as much as I can in the off season and every year. As I was going through college, I was still trying to be a pro mountain biker, and I was trying to make it, but the reality was the support was so sparse, and it was so hard to make it. And I was hustling and fighting and getting better every year, but it was still hard just to get my way paid to races, like my travel paid for. So I know I wanted to challenge myself to compete at the highest level of the sport, and I saw there was more opportunity on the road. More teams, higher level of operation, and was fortunate enough to have some connections with Advantage Benefits Endeavor, this road team back in Michigan, and they said they had a spot for me. So I reluctantly went forward with it, and definitely was dragging my heels at first. I wasn't into the roadies, didn't think they were cool, didn't think they were friendly, didn't see the appeal, but I just knew that, I liked the idea of having, fully supported races and mechanics and being able to not go into debt racing my bike. And then in that, I found a love for the teamwork and the camaraderie and the dynamic nature of road racing, and that hooked me.
And what was the most difficult aspect of moving from the mountain to the road?
think the most difficult aspect of going from the mountain to the road is the teamwork and the tactics. Learning how to work with the team, how to save my energy, how to not chase my teammates down when they were attacking. As a mountain biker, I just wanted to go full gas, ride as hard as I could all the time. But I had to learn pretty quick that in a road race, you really need to, save a huge part of your energy for the closing moments of the race, because that's when the big differences happen. I had a lot of stern lectures from my more experienced teammates and some good laughs too, but eventually got the hang of it.
During your 10-month race calendar, you split time between Asheville, North Carolina and Girona, Spain. The past off-season, it looks like you're recently training in the Alps with BMC teammate Joey Rosskopf. What's a typical day of training in the Alps look like for you?
Yeah, anytime. These days we do a lot of...
Did you wear caps? Okay.
I don't think that was on the
No.
list.
No?
No.
Yeah, these days we do a lot of altitude camps, a lot of big mountain training camps. The climbing's important. The altitude is important for our preparation, and whether it's the Alps, the Pyrenees, or on some island like Sicily or Tenerife. Training camp it's a lot of training. It's big hours. It's 4 to 6 hours a day riding, and then it's really just focusing on things like nutrition, recovery, and rest, diet, getting our weight right, working on some mental visualization, and staying relaxed and focused. So, I'd say that the hard hours and a lot of accumulated climbing are a big part of it. But it's really the holistic approach of focusing down and having no distractions.
And what do you enjoy about training with Joey?
I love Joey. Joey and I think we come from the same stock a little bit. He's a little younger than me, but he's a Georgia guy. And although I didn't grow up in Georgia, I grew up in Michigan. I lived in Athens, Georgia, where Joey still lives, for a few years while my wife was in grad school. And got to know Joey then. And he's a quiet, down to earth, honest, humble, hardworking, real funny in his own way. I think for me and him, we balance each other out well. He's so relaxed, almost to me overly relaxed. Sometimes I want to shake him and tell him to get excited, and my head's spinning around, and he's telling me just to chill out, bro, and relax. So we're a good balance.
Yeah. And do you still split your time each year between Spain and
Fortunate enough to have two beautiful places to call home, Girona, Spain, and Asheville, North Carolina, and it's I get excited to go to both of them, and I get really sad to leave both. This time of year when I've been in Girona a lot, I really miss Asheville. But when it comes time to go back to Girona after the winter, I'm really excited to go back.
And so kind of a little segue, your wife Jamie is also a professional cyclist, and we read that you two met in collegiate cycling and have been together since you signed with BMC. We imagine your days of riding together aren't as frequent as they used to be, but now with your own training regimens, do the two of you still make time to ride together?
Definitely, yeah. Jamie doesn't race professionally anymore, but she definitely still rides a lot. She loves the bike, and that's a passion that we've shared since we met, and it's one of the things I feel really blessed and fortunate to share with her. It's those rides on the bike, and it's sometimes it's an easy ride, just a recovery ride to the coffee shop. Sometimes it's a ride where I should be going easy, and she has another plan, and we're out there for 5 or 6 hours getting lost, exploring some mountain that I'd never ridden, but she's done 5 times. So thankful for those moments.
And what are some of the best? You kind of said this, but what are some of the best routes you guys have done together?
We've been fortunate enough to ride all over the world together. I think for me, still my favorites are our rides back in Asheville where we live. It's riding up on the Blue Ridge Parkway. It's riding our mountain bikes in Pisgah National Forest. The mountain bike rides are probably the best. That's kind of how we started. We got our start. I was rehabbing a broken leg, and she was basically sticking it to me, trying to drop me, and I felt like she was trying to break my leg again. But we've been through a lot of fun moments, but tough moments out there in the forest, and always fun to go back.
The fun thing about that is you'll be doing it when you're 70.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Together.
Yeah.
Each year in October, you co-host the Bookwalter Binge Grand Fondo in your hometown of Asheville, North Carolina. It seems to be a pretty good blend of relaxed and competitive riding through the Blue Ridge Mountains, different tiers of climbing and distance for cyclists of various skill levels. Can you talk about how this race got started and what brings people out each year?
Yeah, so this year will be the fourth year of the Bookwalter Binge, and we started it just out of a desire to connect, really connect with our community and give back. We're fortunate enough to spend part of the year in Asheville, but we're transient, we're in and out. So yeah, we wanted to find a way to give back to a charity or connect with the community, and we thought, why not? A lot of pro riders these days have Grand Fondos, and that's how the binge was born. So yeah, we love it. We love putting it out. It's a lot of hard work, labor of love for sure. But yeah, it feels great to get to know some more of the people and to really share those roads in this area we love with hopefully people from out of town too. So if you haven't been there, I'd say hope you can come join us.
Cool. Just a couple more questions. Not that we're anywhere close to your level, but what advice do you have for the weekend warriors who want to step up to the next level? And do you have any tips for us naively closer to that, or tips for us, I don't know, to get closer to the yellow jersey? I don't know. Not exactly sure.
Tips. I'd say, like I said originally, keep it fun. Remember why you're doing it. And listen to those riders that are more experienced than you. I think a big reason I've been able to continue doing what I'm doing is I've had the ability to sort of filter advice and look at who it's coming from and where they've been and what I'm going to do with it. So that's really helped me. One thing that comes to the top of my mind is nutrition. I think like on the bike nutrition is really important. A lot of people think if they're only riding 2 hours, you don't need to eat during your ride. But if you're doing a hard 2-hour ride, you need to put some calories in, and especially if you're training for a race, you need to train your body to eat as much as you do to ride.
Cool. And just thanks again for taking the time to answer questions. Good luck this coming year. Now we'll let you go, but first we just head into the summer. What's next on the agenda for you, and do you have any goals for the upcoming season?
I guess say Tour California, where I'm at right now, is the goal. Past that, our schedules are still kind of firming up, so try to keep open-minded and just be prepared for anything and be my best wherever I go.